selfie?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 found footage horror anthology film VHS Beyond. The film has loads of different directors including Justin and Christian Long, Justin Martinez, Virat Pal and Kate Siegel. And obviously this is now I think it's the 7th VHS film, if I'm right, if my maths are correct. And it's a series of films that I generally really enjoy. I think Shudder have been in charge of this one for the last 3 or 4. I might be wrong on that one as well. But I have quite enjoyed the last few VHS films. I think after VHS Viral, which didn't go down particularly well, it took a bit of a break, and then we kind of came back with VHS 94, was it? Something like that? Yes, I believe it was, in 2021. So this time round, we have VHS Beyond, and we have 5 stories and kind of like a bit of a wraparound story here. And for the most part, I've got to be honest, I really enjoyed this VHS. I think it's one of my favourites. It seems like this time they have, I mean, they've always liked to pick like directors, who are either up and coming or well established sort of thing, and the tradition definitely carries on here. We've even got Mike Flanagan involved. I can't even say it, with the Kate Siegel one, obviously because those two are married. So yeah, I think for the most part, this is a very impressive VHS film, and I really enjoyed it. So I'll talk briefly about each of the stories without spoiling them. I'll talk a little bit about the wraparound story. Now, the theme of this one seems to be, it's almost cosmic horror, if you like. It's very space orientated and stuff like that. Apart from one story that doesn't seem to be. So that's what the wraparound tale is, if you like. It's almost like a documentary stroke mockumentary of people talking about this so-called ultra-realistic footage that's been found of like a UFO encounter, and they bring sort of experts on to talk about it, after each story and before the next one. And that's how it kind of finishes, by showing some of that footage. So the first story is almost like, well, there's a bunch of cops arming up to go into this house, seemingly to do some violence. And it would seem that this crew, if you like, are, I don't know if the right word is monster hunters, but there's something along them lines. And when they go into this house, shit gets real, and it's gory mayhem, and that's all I'm going to say. Very strong opening, I thought. Very entertaining to watch. I really enjoyed this story. Lots of violence, lots of gore, some great effects, and it was a great way to start, I think, this VHS film. The second story, initially I wasn't overly keen on when it started. It's like set in India, and it follows these two lads who are like, I don't know if paparazzi is the right word, but they kind of follow famous people around and filming them and stuff, and they get an opportunity to go to a Bollywood film set to film the most famous actress in Bollywood. That's how she's presented, and the more they learn about her, the more sinister it becomes. And then again, the back end of this story is just batshit crazy. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go at all. Again, a really strong ending to this from what started out as a pretty mediocre story, in my opinion. It finished spectacularly, so I really enjoyed that one as well. The third story was like a skydiving one. There's a group of friends in a plane going up, and they're all celebrating one of their birthdays. They're all going to do a skydive, essentially. And one of them spots out the side of the plane a UFO. This leads to disaster. The plane crashes, and then it becomes essentially a fight for survival for all the people on the plane. Again, very good. I enjoyed this one. I mean, there was some great effects here. The plane crash stuff was really impressively done. It kind of went a bit too fast, the pacing, when they got on the ground, but I did quite enjoy it. I'm not going to lie, and I thought the effects were pretty decent as well. The design for the creature on the ground was done pretty well. So pretty intense stuff and quite enjoyable. Now the fourth one was it was an odd one. It didn't seem to fit because it wasn't like UFO based. It wasn't like cosmic horror or anything like that. And this one has got Justin Long, who directed this, and I'm not sure if it's his brother or what, Christian Long. And it just had his fingerprints all over it, especially when you look at his filmography. And it's essentially this crazy woman who runs like a doggy daycare centre where people can take the dogs, but there's reports of like brutality and all this kind of stuff. So these animal rights people try and send some people undercover, and what they find is essentially not very good. It goes mental, this one. Really mental, and it's quite comical as well, this one. As I said, it's got Justin Long's personality, I think, all over this one. It's an odd one, but it's definitely a fun one. The next one is the one that was directed by Kate Siegel, I believe, and it's a young woman who's like filming like a documentary on UFO sightings, and she's kind of desperate to like make contact, and unfortunately her wish comes true, and it goes from strange to weird to pretty damn upsetting, this one. So again, another one that's very well done, and they're all well done. I genuinely couldn't pick a favourite here and a least favourite, because I do think they all absolutely had merit. Normally it's pretty easy on these things to pick which is, you could list them in an order. I would really struggle here, because I would do a disservice to all of them as to what was the best and the worst. All I'm going to say is, like, I think they were all watchable and all quite enjoyable in their own right. So definitely VHS is back with a bang. And saying that, I enjoyed VHS 85. I enjoyed VHS 99, and I enjoyed VHS 94. I thought they were all pretty good too. And I just think from now, for now, this series is going from strength to strength. So if you're a fan of the VHS series of films, I think you're in for a bit of a treat here. This is definitely the best one for a while. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a wild ride. So yeah, if you like craziness, if you like, fast-paced like anthology stories with lots of gore and madness, then I think you will definitely get a kick out of this one. So thanks for joining me for this review, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.